Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Maria at SilvaGems. In today's video we are going to run some experiments how to identify a real umber from synthetic materials that imitate umber, such as some resins and plastic. There are a few ways of finding out if your umber jewelry is genuine. The most simple and essential step of which is to test it with salt water. The value of umber density is lower than salt water, so we expect real umber to float on top of it. In other words, salt water pushes umber stones up. For this test you will need some umber beaded jewelry. Ideally you need to use umber pieces that don't have any heavy components such as metal or glass. Then you will need 2 containers with water, one with fresh one and the other one with salt water. I'm going to explain how to make the last one. Also, you will need a dry towel where you can place your wet umber jewelry, a measurement cup, and finally some salt which you use for everyday cooking. So let's begin. In order to make the right salt water liquid resembling a seawater, you will need to dissolve about 5 to 5.5 tablespoons of salt in 1 liter of tap water. This is the proportion that worked well for me. Now, coming to my jewelry, I have some doubts about my umber jewelry, like this bracelet that I have here. For some reason, I'm not happy about the nature of the color of these beads, so I'm going to test this one. Also, I have some big vintage beads here that look too good to be real umber. I'm not entirely happy with what I see inside of them, but let's see what the results will be like. As some of you may know, I like making umber jewelry, so running a test like this can be vital for my work. Also, we are going to test these flat beads, which look like umber, but I have some strong doubts about them as well. Finally, these are the beads which I believe are 100% real umber, so they will be used as indicators that the test is set up correctly and our liquids are working properly. They are expected to float on salt water perfectly. As we're trying to compare real umber to some synthetic materials, I have some plastic beads of 2 different weights. The blue one is extremely light, and it will be interesting to see whether it will float on water. And the round is quite heavy one, so let's see how they will behave in these 2 liquids. I'm going to drop the light one. It is fully submerged. Let's see if it's going to float here. Wow, it's gone down as well. So the light one has sunk. I guess the same will happen to the heavier one as well. The reason why I show you this, because regardless of the weight, most of synthetic materials such as Bakerlite, for instance, which is widely used in industry to imitate umber, will behave the same in both waters. However, you may come across some plastic beads that contain air inside, hence they may float on top of salt water. In this case, your beads must be tested in a different way, which I will discuss in another video. Let's begin our test with this umber, which I believe is real one. Okay, so it has gone down to the bottom in fresh water. Now it is supposed to float in salt water. Yes. What you also have to remember that some of your bracelets and necklaces may have some cords that potentially may pull your umber beads down. If this is the case, it is a good idea to move your piece around and see if its position changes. So that was real one. Let's see this yellow. Right, it's gone down as well. This bracelet is quite a heavy one, but is floating so beautifully. So our test is working. Now we have the main pieces that I have some doubts about. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, as expected. Oh wow, it's floating. Right. It is a great result. Although I'm still not convinced, so I'm going to put it through another test. But so far this bracelet has passed this test. I'm impressed. Let's believe it is a real umber for now. By the way, just to remind you that some of the plastic may float in fresh water as well, so a tap water step is essential here. Umber will always sink in fresh water. There is something going on here. I'm not really happy about this result. These beads have gone down. Wow. Let me test again. I want you to see that. The one is on the bottom and the other is up. Let me add more. These guys look quite suspicious to me. This means that I will need to test them in another way. Look at them. 7 of them are on the bottom and 3 are still floating. This is a reason why you need to test your umber jewelry, because some jewelry makers may mix real umber with some fake ones. All these beads, by the way, come from the same batch and look similar. Right, so let's finally test these ones. They are quite heavy beads. Oh wow, look at these! They have gone up. I'm very surprised. They are the least ones I expect to be real. Wow, these are really good news for me. I will test them further as well. Actually, what I will do in my future videos, as I'm going to talk about more ways of testing umber, I will use the same beads I have doubts about and see if we will manage to confirm their natural origin. We will look into the ways of verifying umber that is integrated into a metal. Like this ring, for instance. It looks like a beautiful ring. This type of umber is very common on high street markets. So if you buy this kind of jewelry, you cannot use the salt water test to identify your stones for obvious reasons. Just to remind you, once you drop your beautiful beads into salt water, please don't forget to wash them in fresh water, as salt may leave some traces on them. Thank you for watching me. If you like this video, please press thumbs up. I would be happy to read your comments about your test results, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.